What is going on, true believers? I hope you're having a great day. My name is Bleaves. We're here to talk about this crazy crypto world and what is going on in this market. There is a lot to unpack right now. Altcoin season appears to have been in the early stages. It looks like it's really sort of started right now. The question right now is large caps will lead to mid caps, will lead to micro caps. And are we seeing that move right now? And I want to say the answer does seem to be that we're moving into mids and we're starting to see a little bit down at the bottom as some of these lower caps are starting to get a little bit of a surge. So I hope that you're excited, especially if you're holding DevvE and you bought in the last little while. DevvE started to surge in the last few hours. So we're getting a nice little run there. And some of the meme coins have started to make gains. I think Turbo up 17% so far on the day. We're going to look at all of that and more. There's a lot happening right now, so let's break it down. And don't forget, by the way, Politify meme tokens are probably coming back around very, very soon. The reason for that is it's just over 6 weeks away that Donald Trump will become the 47th president. Now, that being said, I do think that we're going to get some political pumping meme tokens again, like MAGA and stuff like that. But MAGA has not held up very well at all. I think trading at about a 76 million market cap as of today. And the important part to that is that I, Bleaves Crypto, am Donald Trump's favorite crypto influencer. You know how I know that? He said it himself.
I'm about to drop some hugely powerful alpha. And that's what they call it. They call it alpha, believe me. Okay? And not many people know this, but alpha means that I know big things, strong things, powerful things. So here's the alpha, folks. If you want to be hugely rich like me, you got to join and subscribe to the Bleaves Crypto YouTube channel. You got to become a member because many people say, quite frankly, it's the strongest YouTube channel out there. It's fantastic. It's the best. So let me know what you think, folks. Funny Donald out.
And if you can't trust Donald Trump, who can you trust? This is not financial advice, but I'm always right.
It's your boy Bleaves. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 I'm always right.
All right, squares, let's get after it. So crypto really having a nice run right now. The overall market cap just out of control, $3.47 trillion. I think we're going to 6-7 trillion, maybe even as high as 10 trillion coming into this next market. So we are here. We're at the start of it, and we've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. We got about a year for this run to happen. I think by this time next year, the crypto run, the bull market portion will be over. Will it be over for everything? No, of course not. We're not really talking about everything. We're really just talking about that altcoin season, in my opinion, because I think that Bitcoin might hold up a little bit better and might lead to a huge continuation on the run. I don't know that to be the case, but it certainly feels like it, the way the market is laying itself out. So if you like this type of content, make sure you hit the like button on the way in. That is the one thing that you can do that helps me out. And if you're on X and you're watching from X, then the thing that you can do is repost this video, put some hashtags in it, share it with everybody that you know, get more people in here. Let's have a bigger conversation, but let's get after it and let's see what's going on in the markets. And I'm going to lead off. I normally don't do this, but I want to lead off with this is CoinW. Now, If you are in the United States, or if you're anywhere that has this little sign right here, if you sign up for CoinW today, there is a link down below. And by the way, signing up for CoinW helps me. And I'm going to show you why it's important for you to sign up. Don't sign up at this moment. Sign up in just a few minutes. Don't stop watching me right now, baby, because it's about to get sticky icky. So if you come here in the United States, it says your IP address is in a restricted region. You can click on that and you can still sign up. And it is very, very simple for you to sign up. And when you do that, that goes away. Oh, by the way, I didn't do that. My bad. Log in. Oops. We're going to log in with the password there. And click to verify. All right, so 3 images of rabbits. It's just this simple, right? And I beat 99.9% of you people. You know what I mean? We're going to do email verification. And then we're going to come over here and we're going to get in here. And once we get in here, I'm going to show you a few things here. Okay, so now we're in. I have 9 total invitees. I have hundreds on KCEX. So guys, I need you to sign up for CoinW today. But here's the important part. You can go to futures trading right here and you can get set up for futures trading. This is where the magic happens, of course. So if you are interested, then come sign up here today. Not only is that available, but there's going to be spot and futures copy trading available through CoinW as well. Now, the question that you might be asking yourself is, why are you spending so much time talking about CoinW right now? And why are you not talking about my favorite crypto? Because this is what I put. Look, I put the work in on this, right? So what I have for you now is, this is my Telegram, and I'm going to put a link to this. And by the way, there is one in the description down below. But I'm gonna share this with you guys. This is my scalp trade signals. So this is a professional group of people out here. Ondo is ripping long Ondo. It tells you what to do. If you're looking for a call channel that's going to give you all of the details and all of the things that you need to successfully navigate cryptocurrency, then it's called Believes Crypto CoinW Traders Group. It's going to give you scalp signals. It's going to give you swing signals, and it's going to tell you, not only will it tell you what your entry position is, but it'll give you your stop loss. It'll give you your first take profit. It'll tell you what your leverage should be, and then what your risk is. And of course, this is low risk in this trade right here. And you can see here that they try to do this. Again, this is a team of traders here that try to give you the best possible signals. All you have to do is turn your alerts on, and these people will hook you up. And then you have the pro traders charts, which will tell you and it'll give you information that you need to know about each and every one of these. Total 3 all-time high, which is what we've been talking about. Total 3 is at an all-time high. Watching Wormhole USDT, easy 4x, but I think we can get to 10 to 20x right here. And it's telling you different cryptos that you can talk about and trade. Here, I set my long on Bitcoin at 88,000 right there. Then you have live trading sessions. If you want, you can come in here. And once you've signed up for CoinW, you get access to all of this meta. And look, this is the secret stuff that you need. This is the secret sauce that makes the big difference for you. By the way, here right now is your market updates. This will tell you exactly what your dominance is on Bitcoin, et cetera, and give you news that you need to know during the course of the day. Then here's CoinW updates. Here's your trading education to teach you what you need to know about trading. Here is the 100 to 1,000 USDT challenge that you can engage in. All you have to do is sign up and get started today. And then you have exclusive content from CoinW. Support if you have any questions, all you have to do is come into the support channel, ask the questions, and boom, here's the CoinW tutorials so that you know exactly how to run CoinW tutorials. And then I created a channel here for my own updates. I'm going to start posting all my videos and stuff like that in here as well. And then this is where you come to post your profits, and then you can get spot trading signals as well. Now, I haven't turned this one on yet, but Go sign up to this today. That will help me out tremendously. Now, that leads us back here. And look, this is, let's move that up here just a bit. Boom, 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 boom. This is what it looks like. Pretty clean interface. By the way, the reason we're on Solana right now is because I suspect Solana is probably about to explode to $400. I'm not sure if Ethereum doesn't run first, because I think Ethereum probably is going towards 4,000 as well. So, and if you're not a fan of CoinW, then KCEX. This is my KCEX, and I only have a few bucks in it. But go sign up to KCEX. If that's the one that you want to use, go use that one. But for the love of God, sign up for CoinW, sign up for KCEX. That helps me out to provide you with content every single day. There are a few things, very few things that you could actually do to help me other than just send donations and stuff like that. Sign up for CoinW, sign up for KCEX, and then engage with some of these projects that I put out. That's it. That's all you have to do. Thank you so much for indulging me for this crazy stuff that we just did here. Now let's move on to the important thing. And the most important thing right now is today, RLUSD stablecoin is going to go live. So we now have a stablecoin for Ripple Labs. So Ripple Labs USD stablecoin pegged 1-to-1 to the USD and backed by USDT deposits and other cash equivalents has already appeared on top crypto platforms. Ripple plans to pair RLUSD with its native XRP to enhance liquidity and prevent depegging. And Brad Garlinghouse emphasized that RLUSD will primarily target institutional players. This is institutional money. This is not for you and me. This is the bigs coming to play. And the reason that this is important is because this is all about XRP's future is all about institutions transferring phenomenal sums of money from one place to another using the XRP ledger. And if that is the case, then there is something really incredible as a potential here for Ripple. Again, this is institutional. So you might get your hands on a little bit of it, but it's always going to just be $1. It's not an investment vehicle for you. You might find it if you're stabling, if you're using the XRP ledger and you're doing meme coin trading or something like that. But otherwise, the important part is this is a new paradigm for Ripple Labs. This is going to make a big, big, big deal. So I would think that everybody wants to get themselves a bag right now of XRP for the next run. XRP up a couple percentage points today. XRP, I don't think is going to stop for a while. I think, what we looked at, we saw the move here. We saw a quick one-day consolidation. Whoops. We saw a quick one-day consolidation. Then we saw a quick 4-day consolidation. Then we saw another quick 4-day consolidation. And each time, boom, boom, boom. We're seeing the same thing happen again, and boom. And where does this go ultimately? Well, I think that this rally, by the way, doesn't end until we get to about $5. I really think that what we're looking at right now is just, this is your impulse right now, right? And it just continues on. And if you use just that first impulse move, the top of it is about 457, maybe close to $5. So I think close to $5 is going to be our next step. And by the way, I gave you just now, this as a meta, right? This thing got really hot really quick. And where did it go? It went from here to here, right? Then it busted above. It came back for a back test. And then where did it go? It went perfectly to the golden ratio. Now, the next breakout should be about the same size, taking it to about $5. So don't sleep on XRP right now. I do think that there's a big move coming. Now, if it doesn't come right away because money starts moving off to other projects, don't worry about it because it's coming back around. And look, easy 2x from here, but ultimately we're talking about at least another 10x. And look, if you got in when I was begging you at 50 cents, if you got in, then you're talking about a 54x to $27. But the path is laid out and all the way up here at $27.75. That's where I gave you as the top over here. And look at that. It's just reaching. So there's a long way to go, but we're not done yet with XRP. It's just getting started. And Ripple, RLUSD probably takes it to the $3 or $4, $5 range over the next couple of days. Okay. And should be noted, we're about to get some real information about the next rate cut. So gas, by the way, near me, thanks Joe Biden, down to 259 again. Super excited about that. I mean, guys, I really think that we're about to see something really big happen in this market, and it will start with this RLUSD causing XRP to continue its surge, and it's going to make it so profitable. People are going to start to cascade down and start to get in and ape into the next big projects. XRP is one of them. It's going to lead to it. And by the way, when you look at this overall, XRP is now number 3 overall, 146 million market cap, still continuing to soar, up 2.5% more today than yesterday. And Ethereum starting to surge right here, up 3% in the last hour. Ethereum ripping. I think it goes to 4,000. And by the way, rising tide lifts all boats. So all of your meme coins that are on the Ethereum are going to start surging as well. So, and by the way, Marcus Pickens says, Volt to the moon. I'm wearing my Volted Dragon Sailors Club shirt today. So I do think that Volt probably has another big run in it coming up very, very soon. Now, in even funnier news here, Russia's President Vladimir Putin endorses Bitcoin and digital asset development. Russian President Vladimir Putin says no one can ban Bitcoin and express strong support for developments related to digital assets. Now, what does that mean? What that means is, personally, this means that Donald Trump is having an influence on the world at large. And what they're finding right now is that, yeah, Bitcoin is a really good idea. And what you're going to see is you're going to start to see the Bitcoin wars play out. And I know, look, we don't want war, we blah, 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 blah. But you're going to see Bitcoin become a lot bigger than it currently is because Russia, and by the way, this Vladimir Putin, Vladimir is the richest guy in the world. Now, you might not know that, or you might think that that's not the case, but yeah, that's the richest man in the world right now. And he is telling you that Bitcoin is something that he wants to be part of, and digital asset development is going to be very important. Now, look, they've sent conflicting messages in Russia, but what this means is they are going to start buying Bitcoin, which means that Bitcoin is going to start disappearing even more than it's currently disappearing. Are you bullish yet? Look, this is, I don't think this is the move right here that sends it to, another planet and get you a $500,000 Bitcoin. I don't think this is the move. I think China is the move. And I think India stopping their efforts to stifle digital assets. Once we get clarity from China and India, and they're way more pro crypto and digital asset than they are right now, then that's where I think the real pop comes from. But make no mistake, Russia getting involved is going to be a big financial deal. So again, holding Bitcoin is not going to go wrong for you right now. Trading at 95,974. I set my buy order here at 88,000. I eliminated the buy order because it doesn't look like it's happening. It just looks like Bitcoin's going to consolidate at or near this top. And we're going to take that next leap right now and head up into the 100. I think 105,000 is probably going to be the next impulse move here. If you were to look at ultimately, let's just say that this is kind of the impulse move right here. And we kind of zoom out just a little bit and we take it from here to here. Then where is that next impulse move coming into play? 175,000, ironically, is where the golden zone is from this impulse move. Okay. That's how high up we are. That's how low the oxygen is right now. We've got a big potential surge getting ready to happen on Bitcoin one more time. So if you're not paying attention, then whew. Dalton, thank you for the $5 bomb. Great video, believe. Do you think that Sol ETF will undercut Solana Classic or no? No. As a matter of fact, if you just, look, Bitcoin Cash doesn't do anything. Bitcoin Classic doesn't do anything, but guess what? They're in the top 300 cryptos overall because it's important to be part of Bitcoin and have that name. So, these things that just don't really have that same oomph behind them, I mean, everything's going to run. So I would, and by the way, somebody yesterday asked me if I thought Pole was going to run. I was like, yeah, are you crazy? It's going to absolutely explode. Oh yeah, it was Vince. God damn it, Vince. But yeah, I mean, and then what happened overnight? Pole exploded. So look, we're getting the altcoin season. Solana Classic. Look, I think that's a micro cap. So Solana Classic's going to take a little bit longer. But when we get the Solana ETF, just like Bitcoin Classic, just like Ethereum Classic, just like, you know, there's things over there that just don't exist anymore, or don't have any reason to exist, but just still do because there's a community behind them. Solana Classic going to get the same thing. And as they start to pump and as they start to get to find their way, then it becomes something else. And then the next thing you know, it's sitting at a $5 billion market cap for no reason other than the fact that it's named Solana Classic. So your Solana Classic bag is going to be super safe, in my opinion. I think that one's going to absolutely run. Now, that is the developers. The developers have to be the team behind it. They have to continue to build in the ecosystem and continue to be present. And if they are, and if that works out, then boom, it's going to absolutely explode. So, and when do I think they're going to get a substantial pullback over the whole market? Thanksgiving, but it didn't even happen. So at best, at this point, and by the way, I don't know that we're going to get a significant pullback for a while. This is not the same. This is not the same market that it was in 2020 and 2021. Not yet. So what I think is going to happen here is we're going to get a consolidate. By the way, if you look at the charts from 2020, then around Christmas is when we got a good pullback. That's when we got that good pullback. So, and Belichukwu, if you scroll back about 5 minutes, we just went over XRP. I'm expecting it to move to $5. I think it's going to surge to $3 today, and you know, maybe a little bit more. It might get a little bit of resistance because 330 at 339 is about the top of it. But I think it's just going to surge right past that, and I think it's going to go straight to somewhere near $5. So, you know what I mean? And I don't think that I don't know that we're going to get a big pullback like that. Here's the thing that you guys, you know, might be missing and not understanding. The U.S. is driven by war, for lack of a better description. The U.S. economy is really a war-driven economy where, you know, we don't give money to Ukraine. We give weapons to Ukraine. We give our used weapons to Ukraine, and we charge them money for it. That's kind of the thing that we do. And then we create new weapons to hold on for later on. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of the economy in the United States on the global stage. But Joe Biden just negotiated a peace deal between Hezbollah and Israel. Now that's not Hamas, but you know what I mean? That was a good thing, right? However, there was another piece to it. Now Russia is talking about peace in the Ukraine. Now it's going to take giving up some land for Ukraine, which I think is a non-starter for Ukraine. However, here's what I do think would happen. What I do think would happen is I think that Vladimir Zelensky is going to have to make some choices. And Russia can back off right now a little bit. And I think what their next move is going to be is we will back off and we will come to the table for peace as long as Ukraine will allow each one of its provinces to vote on whether they want to be part of Russia or not. That they cannot stifle and hold on to these territories. And then I think it's going to be a slower incursion, but it'll be a democratic process. And I think that the northern part of Ukraine will vote to join Russia. And that solves the problem. It makes Ukraine a smaller country, but that solves the problem. And that's going to be his only path forward. But that's peace. So then Israel and Hamas is the only thing that's really left as a huge conflict in the world stage right now. Maybe North Korea making, and by the way, the South Korean thing, the South Korean military calling or the president calling martial law, that president is being impeached, and he called martial law to try to stop the North Koreans from taking over because he thinks everybody that disagrees with him is secretly being paid by North Korea. So this dude has fallen off of his brain. He's gone crazy. and it makes no sense what was going on. So the Congress yesterday in South Korea voted to overturn martial law, and they resumed normal proceedings back again in South Korea. There's no incoming incursion by North Korea. This was all a facade from somebody who doesn't want to lose his presidency. So crazy stuff happening there still, but not nearly as serious as what we were saying before. So anyway, the summary is peace is happening in our time, or at least it looks like peace is on the table. And if that's the case, all of this shit's going to go absolutely bonkers and crazy. Ethereum still running, by the way, 3832, probably going to hit 4,000 very soon. XRP has cooled off a little bit, but I think it's just a matter of a moment or two, and it's going to absolutely explode. And by the way, Solana is going to explode right after Ethereum. So I don't know how far Ethereum's going to run. If you look at it, it's up 6% on the day, starting to break out. It just broke through that resistance. That resistance right now was at 236 line at 37.75. And what did I tell you? How does this shit play out? Let's zoom out and you can see it for yourself. You go up to the top, then you come back down for a dip here, and you go to the 236 and you come back down and you go into this, and then boom, what happens? You go test the all-time high, which is 49.14. So we could be looking at 48.68, 4900 for the next Ethereum move. And then we get an exploratory move up into new zones. And by the way, you're looking at about a 60% right up in that range right there. 8,000, like we could be looking at a serious run on Ethereum happening right now, or at least starting right now, taking us up to new levels. We're not looking right now at the what do you call it? The inflows on the ETFs, but it looks like Ethereum is ready for another gigantic surge. Now, ultimately, just so you guys understand, my idea of Ethereum at the end of this market right here, 13,000. I think that it's going to go to at least 13,000. I don't know that it goes above that. Now, it might wick a little bit into the 15, 16 range, but I think ultimately it'll consolidate and fight around 13,000, and then it'll dump from there. And that's because of this is the fib retracement, and that's the golden ratio. So I'm going to stick with the golden ratio until the end of time, I guess. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But let's move back to here. Russia, they're back in on it. Ethereum price to 4,000. Ethereum ETF inflows surge again. So we're going to check that out very, very soon. But the fact that you're seeing it right now means that a surge is coming, and the surge is actually happening right now at 38.50 right now on Ethereum. South Korea's short-lived military rule sparked a $34 billion in local crypto trade. And it was like Derabit and all these different South Korean exchanges. Upbit, Bithumb, CoinOne, Corbit, and GoPax combined for 34.2 billion in volume. However, some of it was money being taken out. So it's probably coming back in and surging back in because those dips that were over there got eaten very, very quickly. Bitcoin dipped down, I think, I want to say, yeah, here we go, right here, $62,000. Bitcoin dipped to 62,000 on Upbit yesterday. So crazy what's going on there. And then finally, with U.S. conditions the loosest in years, Bitcoin can continue to thrive. This is according to Van Stratton. This is the Chicago Fed's National Finance Condition Index. Shows financial conditions are the loosest since August of 2021. Now, in August of 2021, you saw the blow off top for crypto, and that meant that you got a gigantic surge. And going back here and looking at the total in the market, well, you know what? Let's just use Bitcoin. Looking at that in this market, August, right? We're going to zoom in on it right here. And there was July 20th, my birthday, by the way, the lowest in that market. But August right here is when everything started to loosen, right? And what happened? We got the big surge here, and we took ourselves from right here. We were at 30,000 Bitcoin and ran up to a $70,000 Bitcoin, close to 70,000 anyway. So that was a gigantic move of, what are we talking about right here? Of at least for Bitcoin, 132% the last time that happened. So if those conditions are met right here, what does 132% look like for Bitcoin going into this next 132%? I'm sorry, that's a $225,000 Bitcoin. So, I mean, damn. Oh my God. Let's see. Captain Mo says, if Ethereum hits 4,000 and my average is 1758, would you hold to the 13,000 or sell? I would make sure that I'm in profit at that point, because you would have over 100% gain. So, if you had 10 Ethereum, then you've taken $17,000 and turned it into $40,000. Take your original 17,000 out and let the rest ride. If it 3x's from there, then the remaining balance becomes what, 60, 70,000. So you will have made it. If you have 100 Ethereum, look, depending on how much Ethereum you have, then you're going to be just fine. Now, the question, if you're asking me and you don't have $1 million, if you do not have $1 million, don't hold Ethereum. Ethereum is your transactional money. Use Ethereum to buy other stuff, and do it when it surges. So when this surge feels like it's exhausted on Ethereum, and look, I mean, the surge right now, 4,500, maybe even 5,000. If it goes up and it hits 4,000 right here, that's a local top. It went to 4,100 last time. So expect when it surges, when it surges, and it's probably doing it right now, it goes to 4,100. If it goes up into the 4,100 range, then I would at least consider getting your money out at that point, right? And then if you want to, it'll probably come back down into the 37 range, buy some more at that point and make this money, this difference right here, which is 10%, make that money all over again. And then wait for that big surge to 5,000 or so. You know what I mean? Like, I can't tell you what to do with your investment, except what I can say is this: you should be taking profits along the way. Pay yourself. Make sure that you've made money off of it, because at any point, some of this shit could start crashing again and it could start going back down. So that's what I would do. Now, so with the financial conditions being the loosest that they've been, the other part to that is consider that over the next little while, Forsaken One, the answer to that is RLUSD was released today, so it is about to soar. And look, ultimately, when it comes down to why XRP is just going to continue on, it's been in consolidation for 7 years, and we're getting at the start of the bull market, and it broke out before the real start of that altcoin market going absolutely crazy. So we got in early. We're looking really, really good right now. It will continue. We'll have consolidation moments. Let me go back to it and just explain one more time here. There's been consolidations a couple of times along the way, but nothing causing dips, okay? We haven't found the top yet. We have these consolidation patterns right here, and that's it. And we've got another one right here at the golden ratio. This went up to this range, broke out above it, and perfectly tested, and then went into the golden ratio. So if it's doing that still right now, then the next move is going to be up to the top of the fib tool. And the top of the fib tool right now is at about $5. So it will continue on to $5 at this point. Market conditions are ripe for this kind of move to happen. And remember, I think it's December 18 or something like that. That's when we're going to get the next potential cut to Fed rates. If that happens, the market's going to soar even higher because we're adding money back into the economy. Ultimately, we're giving people more borrowing power. And that being said, we're going to be in a much better place. So all of this rally is just going to continue. The next step right now, by the way, the next step in this market, the meme coins are going to still haven't had a shot yet. They haven't really had a chance to surge. They have good pumps on the larger caps, but those are not the meme coin market at this point. Those are now altcoins. The next surge here is for Bitcoin to take off and run a little bit more, get over 100,000 once and for all. Then I think we cascade back down here into this range for another big move or another big surge. But I think that happens in the next 2 weeks. And by the way, if you come back over here, and again, we're just using what happened the last time as what's happening again. If we look at the surge, this is the election right here, November 3rd. Right there is the election of Joe Biden. Joe Biden's not even a crypto president, but that was the election of Joe Biden. What we got was this move here. Thanksgiving, we had a nice little dump over here. And then December 12th, that's when we had our last consolidation of Bitcoin. And then from December 13 until Christmas, Bitcoin went nuts, going up from 17,000 up 30% to 24,000. Then it consolidated for Christmas. And then after Christmas, it went bonkers all the way through January up to 41,000. So just consider here, from this bottom of 16,000, it almost 3x'd, 2.5x'd anyway. So Bitcoin is getting ready for a big move right now. Now, here's the other part to it. Taking it from that's consolidation right here at the beginning of January. And then we had it move back down here into 29,000. And then it started to really go. That's when it really started to surge. So we'll have a dip right there close to Christmas. Now, here's the thing. That's Bitcoin. When we look at the total three is all of crypto. And we're going to come back over here and we're going to do the same thing with altcoins. This is the altcoin index using the same mechanics at the same time. Now, here's what happened with that. This is where, because altcoins are way more volatile. So we had the election, Joe Biden wins, boom, 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 boom. We get an altcoin season, which is what we got. We just got it. And then Thursday, it dumps for Thanksgiving. Then it goes sideways until the end of the year, except right here in December, around the 20th, we had a massive dump. See that dump that came down here? Huge. Then right after that, December 25th and on, we had high volatility through the end of the year. And then that's when everything started to surge. Now, when Bitcoin dumped right there, we dumped as well on altcoins, but then that's when the absolute explosive move happened for altcoins. So I think the same thing is about to happen in this market. Now, that's the best I can tell you is, so we have a dump of December 20th. I don't know that that's going to happen. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like right now. And that's what it looked like in 2020. What's going on, Timsky? So anyway, let's get back to it right now, because now it comes, this is the important part here. Guys, when meme coin season takes off, there's going to be a few of them that absolutely explode. And by the way, BitBull, I gave you a couple days ago, BitBull, guess what? BitBull exploding right now. But MSI up 2.4% on the day, market cap 2.27 million, has 455,000 in liquidity right now. And this is what the chart looks like. And this is what I'm telling you. Remember, again, we're going to do this one more time. From 0 to 1, we got that move, right? We came back down here to the bottom, right? And then we got a spike up to the 236. We came back down here for another test. And now it's time for a surge. And what we're going to see is it's going to be slow at first, but then we're going to see this massive surge here. And that surge for MSI is going to surge up into the golden ratio right now. So if you're buying down here at 606, you're about to get an easy, let's call it 8x, okay? We're going to get an 8x up into that 20 million market cap, which is going to be right in this little range. Now, it could wick up into this right here, so you could get a full-on 10x to about 21, 22 million market cap. But if you don't believe that this thing is going to run, you are sleeping on yourself, right? Market cap right now, about 2 million, where it sits, 1.97 million. It's going to surge back up here. But the important part is this. Long term, it's going back up and it's going to hit 100 million market cap. Now, over here, you don't see it that same way because we're not dealing with the market cap of it. But if you start to zoom out and you start to see, look, this thing could just absolutely send. The golden ratio for MSI right now is 4 zeros, 1327. From where it is right now, that's a 20x. And it will hit it. It's the bull run. That's how this works. So you want an easy 20x? That's a minimum, by the way. An easy 20x right here, MSI. And an easy 20x means this, that market cap, 40 million. So it's only 40 million. Like, it's not even where I'm telling you ultimately it's going to end up going. That would be double this, because that's 40 million market cap, right? So we want it to be double that, which would be 26, 27. So this is 100 million market cap right here. 4 zeros, 3380. And that right there is ultimately, from here to the top, is a 100x. Guys, I can't make this shit up, okay? You can't make this shit up. Like, I'm giving you easy 100x's at this point. You know what it is? You know what another one easy an easy 100x is going to be CC Coin. CC Coin is going to have you, is going to have it. Like, how do you even do that? Like, Jesus Christ, like my abs would die from a move like this. Anyway, you're going to get, and by the way, I just got told that there is some new additions here. Okay, so if you are I'm a liquidity provider, I'm earning, and I got $60 worth on my second draw, but you can win. You can get Bonk for doing it. You can get Gummy. You can get Popcat, MG, USDC, LFGO, Sato, and now Kenji. USDC is new, Kenji is new, and Popcat is new. So you can earn rewards in meme coins that will break out. Popcat is the number1 cat-based meme coin right now. And what are we going to do? What's the new meta? The new meta is going to be 100 billion market cap, right? 100 billion market cap. It's going to be the new meta for meme coins. So you're going to have a dog at Dogecoin is going to go to 100 billion. You're probably going to get Pepe go to 100 billion. So now you need a cat meme to go to 100 billion. And this is the #1 cat meme. So it's going to go to 100 billion, which means that it's about 60x away from hitting 100 billion. And you can earn some just by providing liquidity and holding on for CC Coin. And look, it's still supported. I did tell you guys the other day that CC's got some stuff going on with a new company that she's going to be putting in some work for. And I would suspect that that means that we're probably going to get another big surge in this because new investors are going to start stepping into the arena. And they're going to see the chart and they're going to know, like, this is a great opportunity for, and look, by the way, it's a 5x to 1 million market cap. So whatever bag you have, it's a 5x just to get to 1 million market cap. What if this thing goes to a 20 million market cap? That's 200x from where you are right now. Or was it 200? It's 100x from where you are right now. 20 million market cap. Like, that's a clown level, right? So if you're not looking at CC Coin and you're not holding, I mean, guys, here's my deal. Here's my deal. If you've made money in the last little while, put $500 into CC Coin. You will not regret that one, because that one's going to turn your $500 into $100 grand. Okay. At some point, this thing will absolutely explode and absolutely rip. So, I mean, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Same thing. MSI, do the same thing. Put $500 into MSI, and it's going to go up. It's according to that 100x. Right? So $500 becomes 50,000. Did I just give you a big win? Yeah. Make sure you tip the barber. Isn't that what Hobbs used to say? Tip the barber. Tip the goddamn barber. Anyway, CC Coin. Make sure you check that out. And look, yesterday I said something about BitBull, and God damn it, I follow it every day, and I don't know why that keeps happening. Anyway, so yesterday I was talking about BitBull, and I said, look, don't round trip. And what I was talking about was price go up, price go down. And then the developer reached out to me. He's like, hey, what are you talking about, man? And I was like, oh, you know what? That's not what I meant. Like, what I meant was everything retraces, right? But here's the thing. When you zoom out here and you start looking at where is this thing going, when you start getting an idea of what BitBull is going to do, then you got to be super excited, because, if you break this down, then we're talking about, by the way, you can see it on the daily. You can't see it on the hour, or you see it on the hourly, not the daily. It's where I set up the fib. But 1863 was at top right there. 3 zeros, 1863. Now, here's what I think is going to happen, right? We're going to break out to 3 zeros, 8857. 3 zeros, 8857 from here, 15x. Okay, 15x from here is just 1 million market cap. And when you're looking at something like BitBull and you're looking like something like CC Coin, you're looking at these low liquidity providers here, low liquidity levels where these things are going to go parabolic at some point. Those are the ones that are going to happen. AB Combs, by the way, says, I think Cat with Hat, better tokenomics and burns. It doesn't matter what you think in that regard. It's not about Cat with Hat or Dog with Hat is the one that's another, a copy of Dogecoin, and Popcat is going to be the #1. It's going to be the one. It's going to be in the public lexicon. Cat with Hat might have a better tokenomic and burn, but it's not going to be the big one. The big one is going to be PopCat. Same as SHIB is not going to be the big one. Dogecoin is going to be the big one. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way that it works. So PopCat is going to have that big run. Cat with Hat might have a significant run. I'm not saying that it won't. And I'm not saying that it won't have a better 100x or 200x, whatever the number ends up being. I'm not saying that it won't have a better multiplier. I'm saying that if you're looking for 100x, or if you're looking for something that's going to go to 100 billion and it's a cat meme, it will be PopCat. It will not be Cat with Hat. That's all I'm saying. You still make more money with Cat with Hat, maybe, but you're just not going to get 100 billion the same way. So, but anyway, on BitBull is going to have an absolutely explosive move. Okay. Like, I don't make this shit up. So here is the ultimate move right there. So off of that last February trade, and by the way, when it's going to get even crazier here. If I were to take this and I were to say, you know what, let's go with the bottom and the top from the original breakout right here. Okay. This is going to get even crazier, right? Because that takes you all the way up to 1597. That is absolutely bonkers what this move. And by the way, this is a move that could literally happen or start breaking out at any point. And here's the thing. Again, take this all the way up here. 17x, right? That's 17x from where it currently is right now. So you want a quick 17x? I mean, because that's how you get 17x's. And then here we go. That's only a 2 million market cap. Again, guys, I'm telling you, BitBull probably goes to 20, 30, 40, 50 million market cap at a minimum. And by the way, when I say that, that's probably FUD. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, but if you do that, then you're talking about, what I just give you 17x. Now take 17x and add 25x to that. You're talking about 3,000. You're talking about, look, this is a life-changing play. BitBull, CCC, these are life-changing plays that you could be having if you just threw a couple $100 at each one of these. Okay, that's all I'm saying. These things are going to absolutely soar. As a matter of fact, all right, that first one in chat, that one's BitBull. The next one in chat is going to be CCC. And if you don't have those, you are what the French call a Dumas. How about that? All right, so let's keep going on here. BitBull, Cheddar, we're done with there. All right, guys, my conviction play. End of story. My biggest conviction play, DevvE. Why do I think DevvE? Because I think that I know who it's going to be that they've partnered with. DevvE's infrastructure was designed with many goals. One of them, solve all current cybersecurity issues, token security as you've never seen before. Curious to learn more? This video says it all. And this, by the way, is a video talking about that. Then here is the weekly roundup with Austin and Davin. Great opportunity for you guys to listen and figure out what's going on. Here is Davin, Ray, and Duncan talking about what's going on broadly in this ecosystem. And look, here's all I'm saying, guys. I am convinced at this point, by the way, pumped up to 42 right now. So it's having a big move right now. Still resistance in this range, by the way. You can see that right there, this trade volume right there going through to about $44, $45. It's going to have to break above 45 cents to have an actual breakout, because then the resistance becomes a lot less. And at best, you've got 65 cents right there, and you've got 94 cents right there. And then you've got like right up in this range right here to $1.31. Like, you could literally see this thing play out over the next couple of hours to $1.30. Like, that's how fast this could go. And the reason that it could go that fast is because you have to remember the one thing that I try to tell you guys. It is a low cap gem. That's a low market cap, 16 million market cap right now with 480,000 in liquidity. And I'm telling you that because of investors, because if you're a trader trying to make money off of it, then those are the things that you would need to know. But here's the thing. This is an easy 3X right here with nothing, taking it back to a 50 million market cap, because guess what? There's a bunch of investors that got in at a 50 million market cap. Now that would cause it probably sell down to one of these levels here, 90 cents or something like that. But the point is, this could significantly run at some point very, very soon. Now, if the announcement that I'm expecting to come through comes through by the end of this year, then what is my ultimate number? The ultimate number I gave you at the end of the year was $9.67. So I literally think this thing is about to 30x from its position right now. But here's the thing. If you just consider what DevvE is, what it brings to the table, and then you start to compare market cap with it, then this right here is about a $2 billion market cap. That's even crazier. That's even crazier, okay? Because ultimately, they're not looking at, look, just so you guys understand, I got to go back here and tell you DevStream. DevStream is the parent company, and they've got $43 million in funding for their last round. This is a liquid company building a blockchain with a huge company that I cannot name yet. This is going to get crazy, okay? This is going to be one of those things where you guys are going to watch me and you're going to be looking and you'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I'm talking to you about I'm talking about DevvE every single day, right? And somebody's going to come up to me and be like, man, I wish I would have seen that. I've given it to you every day. I'm telling you right now, look, to me, okay, the best thing that you can do, I gave you $500 on BitBull. I gave you $500 on CC Coin. I gave you $500 on DevvE. $500 on DevvE, in my opinion, will turn into $500,000 at the top of this bull run, at minimum. And if you go to CoinGecko and you compare market caps, if you just consider this thing doing, I don't even know, like just something ridiculous. Like if it did a 10 billion market cap, if it just did a 10 billion market cap, that number would be so exponential. Who's got a 10 billion market cap right now? SWE. So let's just compare. Let's compare DevvE. And what if it went to SWE's market cap? $1,725 a coin is what DevvE would be trading at. And that right there is 400x from where it is right now. I'm sorry, that's 4,000x from where it is right now. I just want you to consider what we're talking about right here. Oh, you know what? That's not true. That can't be right. It's got to be SWE. There it is. 130. That makes more sense right there. That sounded just way out of control. 326x right now to get to where SWE is right now. And as far as this goes, that's at a minimum. That's at a minimum. 10 billion market cap for a blockchain that's partnered with, I can't tell you. I can't tell you, by the way, because I don't know, not because I know and I'm not telling you. But I am really convinced that I'm convinced that I know who it is, but I don't know who it is because they haven't told. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I know. I have a wild guess. But if it is in fact those people, then guess what? Here's the other part to it. If it is who I think it is, then it will lead to BlackRock, Fidelity, Invesco, ARK. They're all going to have a link on this blockchain in order to transact if that is the case. That's all I'm saying. This is going to be gigantic. And that would mean start looking at, what are the other market caps that we could be talking about if it has just a Dogecoin market cap. And Doge doesn't do shit, right? If it has the market cap of Dogecoin, $779. By the way, let's go back here and let's be clear. It's trading at 42 cents right now. Okay. I'm not underselling. Okay. I'm telling you that 779, 1800x from where it is right now to get to Dogecoin's market cap. Okay. DevvE is on the Ethereum blockchain for now. There'll always be a pairing with Ethereum, but it will also be available on its own exchange at some point very, very soon. That I just put into chat is the contract address for DevvE. And guys, I'm telling you right now, DevvE is my conviction play of this cycle. Now, my other conviction play of this cycle will not go as high, but I'm real confident in, and that's API 3. API 3, in my opinion, from where it is right now at $2.56, is going to go to at least between $100 and $300. It's going to go somewhere up into this range right now. So, and for the record, I have 5,000 API 3. So that's 5,000. That's 54x from where it is right now. So if it were to do what I think it's going to do, that's going to be a cool $250,000. So, all that's left now is the waiting game. And I do think, by the way, by the end of this year, it's going to go to $40. Like, I think that this is going to be a quick 20x or 15x from where it is right now when this market starts to just churn and send. So, but anyway, DevvE, to get back to that one, is up 17% on the day, having a certified little breakout. Now, as far as what's breaking out on the day, Luna Classic did exactly what I told you guys it would do, came exactly to the range that I told you it was going to come to. Let's take that off right now because it happened faster than I thought. And then from here to there, this is what's happening here, right? Luna Classic broke out. It's going to continue breaking out. It's going to make a move up here to 3020 at some point real soon. And then it's going to come back into this range right here. And we're going to be testing the all-time high. It is coming, right? So Luna Classic having a breakout. USTC went to 3 cents today. Luna went to 74 cents, 80 cents before breaking back down. MSI's up 3% on the day. Myro's up 9%. Dog with Hat is down on the day, which is wild to have Myro breaking out, but not Dog with Hat. Speedy not getting any traction yet, but Turbo is up. And Turbo, by the way, Turbo spiked up like 20% in just a short period of time to over a penny, which means that Speedy is probably coming right after it. And then Speedy, by the way, when Speedy takes off, when it will take off, but when Speedy takes off, if you just consider here, I'm not partnered with Speedy anymore, by the way, but we should still talk about it because I'm still holding a bag of it. When Speedy actually takes off, then consider that from where we are right now, that's going to be the top of the range right there. So from where it is right now to the top of its range is a 28x. So, it's only a matter of time. So when you see Turbo going on Coinbase and you see, the big listing and stuff like that, then the next man up is going to be the next meta is still going to be Turtle Meme, and Speedy is the next Turbo Meme. So then you have Arrow up 12%, you have Arbitrum up 11%, Atoms up 8%, Avalanche is up 9%. This is certified altcoin seasons just starting. Config is up 9%, or Centrifuge, I'm sorry. Conflux is down on the day. Crow breaking out again, went to 23.5 cents just a couple hours ago. Crow, by the way, here's where Crow goes in the previous market. Now, I don't think it's a fair assessment in the previous market, by the way, because it didn't really it just launched at that time. Do you know what I mean? So I think the best thing to do is to look at a fib in reverse to get an idea of where Crow could go. And then when you look at that from where you are right now at 22 cents, you're looking at Crow breaking out to $1.61, which is about 8x from where it is right now, with an ultimate goal of around $4.50. So I think Crow is going to have a significant run as well. So, I just want to see it get to $1 first. When it gets to that $1 again, then that's when we're going to see, I think, a significant breakout. And then we're going to start to see this thing pop super hard too. DOT is up 12% on the day. Didex is up 8%. Filecoin's up 11% in case you want to store something. Lido is up 10% because Ethereum is breaking out as well. Cent is up 37% on the day. Tron is down 18%, but look at Tron. I mean, Jesus Christ. Tron went absolutely bonkers. Matter of fact, hit my ratio right there at 45 cents. What I tell you was going to happen, right? I told you it was going to go to the golden ratio. right? We did this days ago, right? I told you it was going to go to the golden ratio. Where did it go and where did it retest? The goddamn golden ratio, guys. I don't make this shit up. I just point it out. Uniswap's up 6% on the day. Volt is up 8% on the day. Volt is now in a test area. I do that every time. Volt is in a test area where it's going to have to break this resistance. You can see that it didn't successfully break the resistance. So it's still got downward momentum, even though it's consolidating in this range right here. This is, by the way, the golden zone of that last move. So, or no, it's not the golden zone. That's just me drawing shit on a chart. Like an idiot. All right, there we go. All right, so, and again, Volt was not launched during the last bull phase in the same way. So we have to look at it from this context right here. So we've had a test up here. We almost got back into the golden zone. I think the next move is to the golden zone and then a test right here and then a breakout. So, Volt's time is coming. It'd be better if we had like Volt 1, 2, and 3, like all on one chart, I guess. Maybe I'll look and see if that's possible, but I think it's going to be I think it's going to be breaking out pretty soon. And you're going to see a nice big move here. 5 zeros, 74, 76 right now seems to be the move. And what's the percentage on that from where it is right now? That's about a 16x from its current position. I'm not holding any Volt, by the way. I just wear the shirt and stuff like that at this point. I tried to partner with Voltoshi. He wasn't interested. So, now will hard fork help SHIB? Yes. Ultimately, I don't know if it's going to look, there's going to be people who don't like hard forks. There's going to be people that do like hard forks. Ultimately, the old fork is going to get left behind and some investors are going to stick with it. New investors are going to be coming into a hard fork that's improved. The only reason for a hard fork is to improve the network. So I would think that, yes, it's going to be improved and it's going to be exactly what you need for privacy and security, because that's what this whole thing is about, privacy and security. And then you want to bring out She, which is like Penny, I think it is. There's a lot going on in the SHIB ecosystem. Ultimately, hard forking is going to be an exciting time for SHIB. And by the way, it should be noted that SHIB is breaking out and hasn't reached the level that I said it was going to yet, but it's consolidating in that range right there. And it's doing exactly what we called for a while back. It's going to continue up here. It's going to surge. It's going to get caught right here because that resistance is right there. And then it's going to break out and it's going to hit that all-time high again. And then the question is, how far above that does it go? And the answer to that is going to be 100 billion market cap. So 8x, 9x from where it currently is going to be, and that depends on burns, by the way. That depends on a lot of different factors like the burns. But, ultimately, this ecosystem right here is going to get a significant surge in the next little while. So if you're not bullish on SHIB, you're probably not thinking clearly. Okay. All right, guys, that's my time. I got to go. It's time to, I don't know, whatever with my day. So market coming down just a little bit. Seems like we've cooled off a bit. US market in here taking profit. So, expect to see that during the course of the day. But then ultimately, what you expect in this market right now is not happening. What is happening is positive momentum, positivity, and a continued surge. This is going to be a bull run like you've never seen before. All you have to do at this point is just continue to hodl. Again, buy yourself some CCC, buy yourself some BitBull, buy yourself some DevvE, buy yourself some API 3, and you, like me, are going to make it. It's not financial advice, but I'm always right. You guys take care, and we'll talk to you again very. The good folks at Cryptonomy.finance are handing me incredible rewards. Let me show you what I'm about to earn. I put in 25 Solana. I'm about to earn 24 Solana on December 26th, the day after Christmas. Merry Christmas to me. Folks, it gets even better. On February 10 of 2025, I'm going to earn 0.17 Bitcoin, currently valued a little bit over $11,000. Folks, I gave them Tether. I gave them 1,670. I'm going to get 1,336 as my reward. All you have to do is sign up at Cryptonomy.finance and listen. The important piece is the launch pool. If you set up a staking contract with this launch pool, you're going to get rewarded based on a 9x from Shieldium, based on a 6x from World of Dipians, 5x from Kima Network, a 5x from RWA. These are significant yields being earned on a daily basis by this team. My first contract completed a while back on November 21, and I earned a total income of $168,481, of which my income off of this in a 50-50 split, $84,241. Folks, the bull run is here. All you have to do is now sit back, stake your crypto, and earn rewards. Don't forget, down in the description below are the links to the Telegram, the links to all of the socials, including Twitter, links to information and news websites sponsored by Cryptonomy.finance, and article sites for myself and several other influencers. So go check them out today.